Good morning, friends, and welcome to this edition of Anti-Doping course brought to you by NPTEL in association with IIT Madras. This is a continuation of our week 3 lectures. This is our fourth lecture on anti-doping rule violation. I'm Professor Dobson Dominic. I'm a sports medicine doctor, and today we are going into the different anti-doping rule violation case scenarios. We are going to look into we looked into what is anti-doping rule violation and different articles. Today we look into the Indian case scenarios. So these are the week 3 learnings which we have been following. Just a quick recap. We looked into what are the anti-doping rule violation for athletes and athlete personnel, the 11 articles which fall under anti-doping rule violation. We also looked into what are the athletes' rights and responsibilities during the doping testing process. In today, we will look into what are the common anti-doping rule violation scenarios which we have been prevalent in India especially. So, in introduction, anti-doping rule violation refers to breach of anti-doping rules often resulting in suspension or ban for the athlete or the support staff. India has seen several high-profile cases where sports like wrestling, athletics and weightlifting, there has been instance of rampant doping and there has been anti-doping rule violations and sanctions has been delivered. So, looking into the comparison across nations, anti-doping efforts vary according to the region, and some countries face more challenges compared to other countries. During the history of Olympic doping and the world history of doping, and we looked into how there has been systemic doping in several countries like East Germany in 1970s and Russian Federation much recently in 2015-16. India also has a very poor record in the compliance with World Anti-Doping Code. Looking into other countries, United States, Kazakhstan, Romania, France, China, Brazil all have instances of anti-doping rule violations. The Indian scenario especially is alarming. In several sports like athletics, bodybuilding, wrestling, weightlifting, there has been a lot of anti-doping rule violations. This is a graph or this Excel showing our recent 2020 stats where there is, if you can see specific sports like athletics, bodybuilding, wrestling and weightlifting has been significantly affected with anti-doping rule violations. What are the impact of this anti-doping rule violation on athletes? Different bans are given where the athlete is taken away from the sport. It can be from a simple 1 year to 2 years all the way to 4 years, and in some cases if it is a repeated incidence then even a lifetime ban can be given. Disqualification, that means during the competition if the athlete is found to be suffering an anti-doping rule violation, then he can be straightaway disqualified from the competition. Loss of endorsement. Professional athletes will have a lot of sponsorship and a lot of companies backing them, professionally giving them a lot of money and other benefits, and the athletes stand to lose all these endorsements. So, type of violations committed by athletes, most common seen is the Article 2.2, that is usage of performance enhancing substances. Now, let us look into some interesting cases which we have come across in India in the recent past. There is in sport weightlifting, an international athlete was sanctioned with an 8-year ban. The background of the case, the athlete was a Commonwealth Games silver medalist and he tested positive for the banned substance stanozolol, which falls under substance A, that is anabolic steroids. What was the outcome of the case? The National Anti-Doping Agency NADA imposed a stringent 8-year ban on the weightlifter. So, a promising career was cut short due to his violation of anti-doping rules. So, a significant ADRV was found, and which falls under Article 2.2, and anabolic steroids resulted in an 8-year ban for the weightlifter. Scenario 2, if you look, came under wrestling. The athlete was a national athlete and he underwent a 4-year ban. Background of the case: he was a national level wrestler and he tested positive for a banned substance. NADA imposed a 4-year ban on the wrestler, and as a result, the athlete's career suffered a setback due to his doping violation. Case scenario 3, the athlete again was a prominent wrestler who tested positive for a banned substance, methanol, just weeks before 2016 Rio Olympics. He claimed his food or drink was spiked, but the allegations were not substantiated. Outcome of the case: the Court of Arbitration for Sport (CAS) overturned NADA's decision to clear and imposed a 4-year ban. Okay, this was a very interesting but a controversial case that marred India's Olympic hopes, because he was a star athlete with the Olympic medal hope in 2016. The doping scandal raised questions about the integrity of Indian sport and the effectiveness of our national anti-doping process. Another interesting case scenario 4, was a discus athlete. In 2006, he was an international athlete. He was not officially banned, but he was withdrawn from Asian Games because it was during in-competition testing he was found to be falling under an anti-doping rule violation. Background of the case: he was a prominent Indian discus thrower, was reported to test positive for a banned substance during a training camp in Muscat ahead of the 2006 Asian Games. And outcome of the case: while there was no official confirmation or subsequent sanction, he or she was withdrawn from the Asian Games. Summary: the incident tarnished her reputation and raised concern about the prevalence of doping in Indian sport. Case scenario 5, recently in 2008, in the weightlifting sport, the athlete was an international athlete. He was not officially banned, but he was withdrawn from the Olympics. A promising Indian weightlifter was stopped from boarding a flight to 2008 Beijing Olympics after testing positive for a banned substance. Outcome of the case: while there was no official confirmation or subsequent sanction, the athlete was withdrawn from the Olympic team. The incident caused significant controversy and raised questions about the handling of doping cases in our country. Very recently, last year in 2023, even in cricket, international cricketer, though was not officially banned, but he was withdrawn from India's final squad, which was supposed to take part in World Test Championship final. A prominent Indian cricketer was found to have missed 3 whereabout clause. So, he fell under the whereabout clause, where he failed to disclose where he was in the 3 whereabout clause over a period of 12 months, resulting in a potential anti-doping rule violation. Outcome of the case: while the Board of Control for Cricket for India did not impose a formal ban, he was ultimately excluded from the Indian squad for the World Test Championship final. So, this again summarizes the incident, highlighted the importance of adhering to the anti-doping rule violation, even for established international athletes, even for sport which might not be in Olympics. So, this is a group of interesting case scenarios in Indian anti-doping rule violations. The important take-home message is there should be strict adherence to the whereabout filling. Okay, athletes should be sensitized to whereabout laws, and they should be kept in loop with the association where they are training, where they are traveling, so that they don't fail. Whereabout filling is essential for ensuring fair competition and maintaining the integrity of sport. As anti-doping landscape continues to evolve, it is crucial for athletes to be educated about the rules and to take the responsibilities seriously. Promoting awareness and understanding of anti-doping measures can help foster a clean sporting environment, allowing athletes to compete without the shadow of doping allegations. So these are our references, predominantly taken from National Anti-Doping Agency nadaindia.org, also WADA Code 2021 and WADA official website. Thank you and Jai Hind.